guys, how are you doing? And this is the eighth. Is this the eighth? I'm not sure. Seventh or eighth, most possibly the seventh episode of this tutorial series. Okay. So the tutorial series on TablePress. This is a nice WordPress plugin by using which you can create nice tables, nice and beautiful tables. Okay, we were discussing these table options, and the last thing I was discussing is alternating row colors. This is actually checked by default because if this is checked, the background colors of consecutive rows shall alternate, which is something we want for every and each WordPress table. Now the next option is row hover highlighting. It says highlight a row when the mouse cursor hovers above it by changing its background color. Okay. So this is the reason when I demonstrated this thing, alternating row colors. I didn't hover my mouse cursor on any row. So I feel like demonstrating this alternating row colors thing once again by unchecking this one. Shall I do it? Okay. First of all, before I do that once again, I like to demonstrate this one, row hover highlighting. I say it once again, highlight a row while the mouse cursor hovers above it by changing its background color. By default, it's checked, it's selected. Okay, so let us see what that actually means. Yeah, I guess you already know what it means. Then again, for the sake of demonstration, why don't we preview the table? Yes, as you can see, where is my cursor now? It's not hovering over any row, but now it's hovering. Oh my gosh! As you can see, as I am hovering on now the first row, now the second row, now the third row, now the fourth row, their background changes, their background color changes. Okay, but what I want to do now, I want to uncheck that box. Okay, let us see how we do that. Row hover highlighting. Let's do it once again. Now I have unchecked this. Now the same effect should not be there. Let's see. It's preview. Let's preview. Always, a little bit of time to load the whole thing. I don't know whether it's because of the internet connection or my computer configuration. Okay. Where is my mouse cursor now? It's not hovering on any row, is it? Okay, but now it is. It's now hovering on the fourth row, the third row, the second row, and now the first row. But alas, unfortunately, nothing happens. No highlighting happens. No background change is seen. So it's up to you whether you'd like to highlight a row where the mouse cursor hovers or not. It's up to you. Okay, so by default, most people prefer this thing, row hover highlighting. It's a standard practice. So let's keep this box checked. Now print table name. I guess this is not a standard practice, that's why it is still unchecked. But let me check this here. So print table name. What? The table name is not printed? Okay, let's see. What is the name of the table? I need to see that. I cannot recall that. Employees. That's the name of the table. Okay, let's preview the table. One moment, please, before you can preview the table. Okay, so a lot of text here everywhere. This is the actual table. This is the table shortcode. But where is the table name? The table name, which is employees, is nowhere to be seen. Nowhere at all. That's why we need to enable that option, which is what? This is actually print table name. Let us check this box. Now the table name will show. But will it show it above the table or below the table? Okay, first let's us first try above. Let's see whether how it looks. As always, hold on a moment. Nothing to worry about. And yes, this is the name of the table which wasn't there previously. Now it's above the table. The table name is above the table. But what if we want the table name below the table? Is it possible? Ah, it sure is. All that we have to do is to, you know what? We have to click here and choose below instead of above. Now we need to preview the table once again. There you have it. As you can see, the table name is below the table. So it's up to you whether you would like to show the table name and where you would like to show the table name. Below the table or above the table. But I guess this is not a standard practice. The table name is probably for personal use with the WordPress developer. The next option is print table description. Yes, we have a table description. The sample description. This table gives you details about the employees of a company. So let's preview the table and let's look for this particular text, whether we have it somewhere below the table or above the table. Do you see the table description? Oh, sorry, I cannot see this because the option is not enabled. Then how are we supposed to see the table description, right? Okay. So how about we enable this? But before we move on to 7 minutes and 20 seconds, that's pretty fine. 2 more minutes is left. Yes, I want to print the table description below the table. Okay, first let's try that below the table. Maybe printing the table description is not a standard practice, even if you would like to have. Yes, here you will. The table gives you details about the employees of a company. This is the description of this table. As I was telling you, having printed the table description itself is not a standard practice, most possibly. Even if you like to have the table description printed, maybe you need to have this below the table, not above the table. But this time we are going to do something very nice. We are going to print the table name that has to be above, and also the table description that will show above the table. Okay, this time it's going to be fun, trust me. Okay, as you can see, this is the name of the table. This is printed. And this is the description of the table. It is also printed. Does this look good? It would have looked nicer or more beautiful if there was a space between the description and the actual table. So I don't know what's wrong. Okay, nothing wrong on our part. The TablePress developers, they haven't thought about this probably, or if they are more experienced than us, maybe this is the more standard practice. Okay, I guess I have run out of time for this episode. Okay, see you again in the next one. Bye bye, thank you.